So over the weekend, I guess this was yesterday morning, I saw a clip of Dallas Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb sitting. Looked like it was from a documentary. He was sitting at a bar table at home, looking at his phone, and it appeared to be a clip from the day last summer as camp was approaching, when Jerry said something to the effect that there was no urgency in getting CeeDee's deal done. And then CeeDee just tweeted, LOL. And off to the races we were. So I was like, oh, where's that clip from? Turns out on CeeDee Lamb's YouTube page, there is a 11-minute documentary that came out yesterday. So I watched that over the weekend. But
About?
Last off season.
What else is
when
on
he
his
was
YouTube?
holding out? Nothing, really. There's like something from his draft night. That's why I was confused. But it also, over there in my suggested viewing, before I was able to watch my wide receiver ones documentary, I was reminded that my cornerback, Trevon Diggs, has his own documentary series about his rehab that he promised, and it's out there. It's got 3 episodes.
Now, isn't that only out there because they criticized his first rehab? And
So I watched, so the CeeDee one is about 10 or 11 minutes, and it's just him talking. It's really just last off season, and it's because he was holding out. And we can get into that one in a second. The Trevon one is hilarious. And I had to check all my dates on this because Trevon got hurt in 2023 and 24. Right, Blake? He got hurt early in 23.
In one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, tore his ACL.
Yeah.
And then came back last year and got hurt again.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so when Jerry this time around, Dan, says, well, we think he's approaching it properly this time around, unlike last time, he's talking about last offseason, which is the offseason that Trevon Diggs is documenting in this series.
This isn't about this offseason.
No, that's what I think is so funny about it, is we all thought, well, Jerry came out and said your rehab sucked. You weren't ready when camp started. You ended up being half-assed throughout the season and weren't able to finish the year. So hopefully this time around, he got hurt back in December. They're like, yeah, maybe you'll be ready this time. Well, no, this starts in like June of 2024. And it's dog shit. They're 15-minute episodes, and it's just Trevon Diggs hanging out. It's barely even edited. You know how he sounds? He sounds like that all the time. He doesn't talk. It's not that interesting. It's really kind of funny because I want you to watch one of these. It looks like he doesn't like working out. Like, wouldn't you not put out? That's why stop.
Who does? Does somebody like working out?
Well, so you remember when a few minutes ago when I told you very fat comedian Stavros Halkias put out a series on YouTube of him lifting weights? It was hilarious because he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
When Trevon has to get in a pool and do rehab, like he looks like me trying to get my kid to clean their room. And this is his documentary.
This is also not in a gym. It's like a really nice hotel downtown.
It looks like they're at the W Residences. It's right off 35. He's staying there, and they just go outside. And it's like him and 3 of his buddies. There is a trainer there. They just have like a Beats pill, and he goes through a pretty half-ass workout. And, again, I'm not talking shit here because the guy can ball, and if he can ball and he's committed to his workout, then he's going to be great. Trevon Diggs is not exactly what you would call cut. You know what I mean? Like, I've now watched this guy work out for 40 minutes. You don't look at him and think, boy, this guy just absolutely pure-cut athlete dedicated to the craft here. And then, like, the way he carries himself probably doesn't, help. And that he's real chill and laid back and low-key. And then people take that as not caring if you're, not caring.
Micah's not really cut either, is he?
Not as much as he used to be, and not really ever. No, he's never been
take a look at
physical freak.
Miles Garrett, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, but I don't.
Miles Garrett, or even like the Watts or Bosa's, to me look more cut than Micah does. They always have. It's different.
Yeah, but you expect these professional athletes to look like bodybuilders, but they're not. It's a different kind of strength.
No, but Trevon, I'm just saying, I feel like I've seen a lot of cherry-picked athlete summer workout videos and mini documentaries, a lot of them. And his somehow, credit to him for putting it out, The takeaway I had for Trevon Diggs' offseason documentary was that he hates rehab. And then, like, he got hurt again. And I don't know why he put this out is what I'm saying. It's not all that great of a look for him. The CeeDee one is actually pretty interesting. It's shorter. It's one episode. But nobody's questioned him. You know what I mean? On his give an F. He's a team guy. His holdout was BS. Like, they clearly should have signed that the year before and probably would have gotten a discount because all he did then was career, and run the price up as much as it could go. But
so the year before was where Micah is now?
yeah.
Like, he's a year before you
Right.
have to sign him? Okay.
Which is why Micah's probably at camp this year. More on that in a minute.
Like they'll –
But not next year. If he's not signed, yeah. There's no
if he's
chance.
not signed, he's still at camp this
Yeah.
year. Okay.
So just a little bit of CeeDee talking about the holdout.
What did Shotty say? What does present mean? Well, I mean, Micah's. He was at the team dinner, not at practice.
Right, and a lot of the guys
Playing ping pong,
A
but
lot
not
of the
in
guys
film.
also have his phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them his gamer tag, and they're sort of like not sitting next to each other, but their presence is their
And that's
aura.
bonding.
That is bonding. So CeeDee, who knows? I always try to think like Dan on this. Like, yes, they sucked, so it's easy to say the holdout and the lack of reps was the reason. But I also am not a moron, and I feel like practicing football
They said it.
helps football.
CeeDee said holding out hurt them at the beginning of the year.
Well, he talks about it at length here, and it just makes you wonder why they even have to do this.
Hey, so what TD say? It's gonna be done before the training camp or what?
No, after, bro. They taking so long. So, moral of the story is, we had a number. That shit went out the window. I don't know why.
Lamb, who's not backing down. Lamb
By the way, that's something that people do is say the moral of the story when they simply mean like the story. Summary of the story.
continues his
That
holdout.
first time ever in your life of not really being able to be at a training camp, be around your guys, not being able to get your body doing what you wanted to do, and what were you doing during that time?
Honestly, it was the worst. It was the worst ever. Do you hear me? Like, for those who know me, they know how serious I take this football stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, with everything in me, I put pride, body, mind, soul, everything I got into winning and the result of it, and obviously preparation that goes into it, and for me to miss out on the right preparation with my team, my quarterback, my guys, just building those bonds off the field, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I missed out on that. And I'd be a fool if I said every day here in Miami, granted, the weather was nice just as well as it is in LA or Oxnard. It wasn't nearly as fulfilling as it would be if I was with my guys. And that's just point blank period. And I feel like
He does that a lot, doesn't he, Blake?
What?
Point blank period.
Yeah, he has a lot of those slogans that I don't think he quite knows what they all mean.
Yeah, he's got a little word cloud that he grabs from
Yeah.
sometimes. I'll finish this up.
and that's just point blank period. And I feel like that's where I get to be myself on the field. You know what I'm saying? I get to show everybody what I like to do for a living, how much I cherish it, how much I treat it to the game. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, it was a unique situation. That was the first time I ever did that, and I'm praying it's the last. It should be. I was out in Miami with the guys.
All right, so now when he should be at practice, they're like, "Oh, so I was in Miami with the guys." They cut to an apartment, and it's just looks like a bachelor pad. It's daytime. There's like a 90-inch TV with Madden on, and it's just him and like 6 of his buddies.
I was out in Miami with the guys, chilling, playing Madden, working out, playing Call of Duty, NCAA.
This is all he was doing. The next like 6 minutes of the documentary are just them playing video games.
Yeah, it's real easy to say the right thing.
And
What's it like to be one of the buddies?
I was just thinking that.
It's funny.
Because you're not working.
At one point, it's kind of off camera, but the 2 guys in the background are both like, "Man, Steven got to get it together. Steven got to come to the table."
And that's who your
yeah.
council of elders is. Your wise men telling you can't sign for this or that.
It's that there's a granddad that he's on the phone with. It's like, "Tell him stop playing with you." Like, it's constant. throughout this time
What-
that he's gone is just.
What's the point of putting this out?
That's what I wanted to talk about. Sort of the same thing, but also with here.
Like right now, we're all about team, we're all about
I mean,
culture,
you
we're all about
signed-
that star, but
You signed the deal, so you're safe there. But what is the point? Because to me, sometimes I feel this way when I watch politics. I know that this is just how it is. You just say whatever. But it seems to me sometimes that if you say something about someone and then you're gonna run into them, that would come up. And so to me, if I put this documentary out, if I'm Stephen Jones or I'm Will McClay or Jerry, I would want to know if my employee put this out, and I would go to them and say "Hey, we could have talked about this."
yeah.
Right? I didn't know you felt that way. Although the Cowboys probably did know he felt that way and don't care because they were always going to sign it at the last minute because that's what generates the most.
Or are
most
they
buzz,
happy
but-
because they love pub, they love controversy,
yeah.
they love eyeballs. So, if CeeDee is doing a project and that's going to make us talk about the Cowboys on a Monday in June, then cool.
Because the other clip I have, I'll just sum it up for you. It's a minute of him saying this was the worst thing of my life.
Let's hear it.
Or he's just yeah, it's terrible. Okay.
Trying to get my mind off the what I'm really going through. You know what I'm saying? Because for us as NFL players, everything is always expected to be good because we got to do what we love every day, and we have X amount of dollars, and a lot of people would expect our lives to be phenomenal. Which, granted, most days are better than others, but there's some days where it ain't real. You just can't believe it's you going through it. And
Okay, I'm gonna play the rest. Okay,
But I don't know about all this.
Okay,
all
he's not.
woe is
listen,
me too. This
He's not communicating this exactly in a way that I'm gonna be able to defend. But I think the idea is just he's saying, you assume. I'll put it to you. You assume that just because your option is both of them are a lot of money to you, that this would be easy. But you've been in that situation, and it isn't, right? So he's just saying, hey, this is very hard for me. I care a lot about being there to play. This is my identity. And it's very hard for me to look like a quitter or I don't care because I have to hold out. And my point is, whether that's real or not, he feels that way, and his bosses could keep him from feeling that way if they did their job on time.
But also, okay, remind me too. So it's his deal was up.
And yeah,
So he's going to be a free agent, or they're going to slap the franchise tag on him.
correct.
Had they slapped it?
I don't think it ever got to that. No. They would have, though.
Okay, which does mean you have 1 year at $30 million, or you have. I'm just saying.
It's all relative,
I don't know.
though.
I know it's relative, but it's really hard to. You're going to be on the team.
Okay, but we're debating.
Either way, you
we're
didn't-
debating two relative.
You're saying that you
arguments here.
had to
I'm
hold
putting-
out.
I'm not putting him
Do you
against
feel like
you.
he
I'm
had
putting
to-
him against Jerry.
But did he have to hold out?
No, but
Like the NFLPA
but he could have
negotiated
got
this.
hurt though, and then he's screwed. So
Well, he's screwed in the sense that he had 1 year of $30 million, and he's already made probably 30 in his career. So.
Dak got hurt his contract year and was fine.
Quarterback's a
wide
little
receiver,
different.
depending on his speed, is.
Although, can I show you Michael Gallup's leg barely hanging on and a fresh contract he signed? Blake's probably right. But in a normal world, I think CeeDee holding out, yeah, I don't know that he had to, but I'm not against it, and the team had the money to pay him. He's very important to their success, and I think that he was subject to this, whether you want to call it 9 or 18-month saga, because it's good for their business. He's going to get the same amount of money at the end.
Like in the long run, you think that's part of it
I
for
do.
the Cowboys.
I do, and I don't think it helps the team. And if it's not, then if it's no matter to them, then do it the other way.
Like
then.
Jerry's spin was, hey, he won't get hurt in preseason. He won't have to.
He wouldn't even be playing in this game. He would sit there before every preseason game and be like,
Right.
what does it matter? He wouldn't play in this one. Well, okay, why didn't everybody go home then?
Ostensibly acting like the practices meant nothing too then.
Any of it. Meetings? Like all the culture stuff you're talking about? Why even show up? Of course it matters. I remember at the end of last year, McCarthy saying, we'd kind of like to have a team in the summer, or like April, maybe even May. I don't want to meet these guys in California.